Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to make guacamole. It's one of my favorite recipes because it's quick, it's easy, and you can pretty much customize it to whatever your preferences are. I think everybody has different tastes, but I'm going to show you the way that I like it the most. So the ingredients that you need, first you need 2 avocados, half a red onion, we're not going to use all of it, a tomato, some lime, a little bit of mayo, some garlic salt, and some pepper. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to cut open your avocado. I have a special avocado tool, but you can just use whatever. And you're just going to go around the edge of the avocado, twist it and open it, and you'll see that there's a pit. Now, the way that I first taught before we ever got this tool is you just take the knife and you slam it in, twist it, and it'll come out. So I'm just going to throw that away because you don't need that. So now you have your avocado, and you can take a knife and just slice lengthwise along it, but I'm just going to use this tool, and you're scooping it all out and into whatever bowl that you have. So you're going to put all the avocado in there. And we're going to do that to both the avocados. The most important thing when you're making food is that you test it along the way. So as we add things in, we're going to taste it each time. So now I'm going to do the other avocado. So once again, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to slice around the edge of it in a circle. And you're going around the pit. You're going to twist it and open your avocado. Take the pit, and you're going to take your knife and just slam it in, twist it, and it should come out. Throw it away. And so then you're gonna take it, slice lengthwise, get it out. The best thing that you're gonna want is make sure that your avocados are nice and ripe but not mushy. Once they get mushy, it doesn't make as good avocado or guacamole, but you can. And I was always taught that the way that you check that is you take off the little pit on the top right here. You take this pit right here and you can lift it up, and if you look inside of it you can see what color it is. If it's that nice green color, the light color, then you know that it's ripe and it's a little bit mushy. If it's black, then it's overripe at that point. So we have all of our avocado in there, and what I'm gonna do is just give it a generous squirt of mayo. I think that mayo just gives it a nice flavor, and you're just going to put however much you like in there just to make it a little bit creamier. So that's about how much I put in. Take your masher. You can use a fork to do this too, but I think it's easier with a masher, and you're just going to mash it all up until it's nice and squished and all mixed together. And some people like their guacamole just a little bit more mushy, and some people like them a little bit more chunky. I like mine nice and mushy. And you want to make sure that you're squishing the avocados and the mayo together first so that you're not squishing up all your other ingredients. So that's about what it looks like right now. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tomato and I'm going to cut it up. So the way that I cut tomatoes is I cut them in half and then I cut them into cubes. And you want smaller cubes for this because you want it to be able to fit on your tortilla chips. So I'm just gonna cut it up. It's good to have a nice sharp knife for this. I like to use the bigger chef's knives because that's what they use for cutting bigger things, and I think it's easier to handle. But some people like to use the smaller knives. And you just want to make sure that they're not too big chunks. So try and think while you're cutting it of whether or not it's going to be able to fit on our tortilla chips. So like pieces like this, probably too big, but pieces about this size are just perfect. Once you're happy, you can put that in the bowl. I'm only going to use half of the tomato because I don't like too much tomatoes in mine. So that's it in the bowl now. And then next what you're going to want to do is you're going to take some red onion. You can use normal onion. I don't really like normal onion. in mine. Red onion I think tastes better. It's got more flavor and it looks better with the avocado. And whenever I do it, I take off the whole outer layer because it's gross. And the way that I cut onions is I make a crisscross pattern going down like this because it's easier than after you already cut it up. So I'm going to cut in kind of a lateral pattern, make a grid. And you don't need too much onion, but if you like a lot of onion, you can add that in. And then you're just going to shave off the edges. You want small pieces for this too. That's about enough. And then I like mine really small because I think that it tastes better when you get a little bit in every bite and you don't get a huge chunk of onion in your bite. So I'm just going to cut it up a little bit more. And then you can take all that and put it in your bowl. I don't like to have too much. And you can see that that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna take that, and then with the extra, you can save it for whatever else you're making. So I'm just gonna put it off to the side here for later. And now comes the best part. Wait, I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, so now comes my favorite part of it, is the lime juice. So lime is what I think really pulls this whole recipe together. You can use pre-juiced lime, but fresh lime always tastes better no matter what you're making. If you're using lime juice, I prefer to use fresh. So, and I actually have a lime juicer, so that's what I'm gonna use. So I cut it in half. And I'm gonna take this lime juicer. If you don't have it, cut it in wedges and squeeze it by hand. It's easier that way. But if you have a lime juicer, then it's better. And I just put it in, and I'm gonna squeeze it over. And I like to put a lot of lime in mine because I think that it makes it taste more tangy and better. So I'm gonna put all that in there nice and good. And then I take it out. It's all juiced. And now the best part of it, if you really want your lime, if you really want it to taste really zesty, you can take a little grater like this and you get the lime zest on it. It makes it taste so much fresher than if you just use it normally. And this is what's gonna put your guacamole over the edge, I think, personally. And you can just put as much as you want. I like mine really tangy, so I'm gonna add a lot. Fresh lime just always makes everything taste so much better and summery. So I have some lime zest in mine, if you can see that. And then I'm gonna take just a fork and I'm gonna mix all my ingredients together so that it's all nice and coagulated. Is that the right word? So it's all nice and mixed up. All right, so there you go, and you can add more or less depending on how much you like. So now this will taste really good, but it's better if you add in some seasoning. So I like to use garlic salt, and you can get this pretty much anywhere. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some of it in my hand, and I'm gonna sprinkle it over whatever I feel is right, but I'm gonna taste it before I do any more, and a little bit of pepper. And if you don't have garlic salt, just use normal salt. I think it works just as good, but garlic gives it that little bit of more flavor. And then what you're gonna wanna do is mix it up some more and then taste it. That's really good, but I think it could use a little bit more garlic salt. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Mix it up. And I'm just gonna taste it. Good, it tastes really good. So, when you're tasting it, you can see if you want to put more lime in it, if you want it to taste more fresh, you can add more salt, more pepper, whatever you like. And And then if you want to make your homemade tortillas, you just take them in some tortilla chips. You can take your tortillas and fry them in some oil and get homemade tortilla chips. I like store-bought better because they're thinner usually. Yeah, there's guacamole.